A key witness for the prosecution takes the stand in the Sheldon Silver corruption trial. It's a witness who is testifying with immunity. Good evening. I'm Greg Floyd.
Hi, everyone. I'm Liz Bishop. His testimony goes to the core of the prosecution's case that the former Assembly Speaker took part in a corruption scheme that netted him millions of dollars.
Kimberly Howard joins us live from Manhattan, where that trial is taking place. Kimberly, what can you tell us about that testimony you heard today? Pretty powerful stuff.
Absolutely, Greg and Liz. This mesothelioma doctor has known Sheldon Silver for decades. And although the two aren't terribly close, it was laid out in court today that as Sheldon Silver made more and more money from attorney referral fees, this doctor got more money for state grants for his research. At this point, the jury is now charged with deciding whether any of this was illegal.
Guys, get off the steps.
Former Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver walks into federal court flanked by one of his attorneys. It's day 2 of his corruption trial and a day where 2 key witnesses take the stand. The first, attorney Perry Weitz of the prominent New York City law firm Weitz and Luxenberg, a firm that specializes in asbestos cases. Weitz says the firm hired Silver because of his prestige as both an attorney and the Assembly Speaker. He says the firm paid Silver millions for referring mesothelioma patients, and although he admits Silver never did any work on these cases, he says that's not uncommon, adding that he also found out Silver was getting his cases from a mesothelioma doctor, but that he didn't know that doctor was also getting state grants for his research. That doctor is 79-year-old Robert Taub, who also took the stand. He testified for hours, saying he's passionate about finding a cure for mesothelioma, telling the jury he met Silver in the 80s through a mutual friend, and that years later he started referring patients to the law firm Silver worked for in hopes of convincing Weitz and Luxembourg to donate a portion of their profits to research, something Taub believes law firms have a social responsibility to do. Although that never happened, Taub says Silver suggested he request state aid for his mesothelioma research. That eventually helps Taub score $500,000 for the research. Taub kept the patient referrals coming. He admitted he lied to investigators about referring patients to Silver last summer, but quickly realized that was a mistake. He's been granted immunity in exchange for his testimony. And court is expected to resume tomorrow. This trial is expected to last up to 6 weeks. Greg?
All right, Kimberly, you mentioned Dr. Taub admitted to lying to investigators. Did he say why he did that, why he lied?
Yeah, he did. He said that this happened in the summer of 2014, that 2 investigators came to his apartment at 6 in the morning, and that essentially he panicked and wanted to distance himself from the whole thing, but then again realized that that was the wrong decision, and then later on agreed to testify in exchange for not being prosecuted at all. I also want to mention that at this point, we were expecting court to wrap up at 5:30, but at this point, Sheldon Silver has not come out of those doors. We're hearing that there is an issue with one of the jurors. We heard that this morning, that potentially one of the juror number 4 may have to step down. So we're seeing if one of those alternates are now going to be put into this case to start deciding the verdict as the trial continues. We are live in Manhattan. Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.
All right, you go back in. Thanks, Kimberly. Update us at 6:30.